we are. It is, well, it's a few days since the weekend shopping that you saw previously. So the 27th of February, 28th of February, and March 1st, which is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the first thing I'm going to show is these wonderful, now these are made, these were just put on, it was like cutouts or something, the animals are. Everything else is painted, the wood is stained, it's actually got a hanger on it so you can hang it. But we have a deer, we have a moose, and then we also have a cute little fox. Now again, all the characters are laminated on here or sealed on here, and then everything else is painted and then covered with a sealant. So those are really, really cool. But for the most part, I'll try to tell you. Now those came from the second place that we went to. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of it, but they were very nice there and very polite. And they had such a good inventory, especially vintage inventory. We really, really enjoyed the box. So wait for just a minute. I want to show you this first. This right here. So what makes this fun and unique? I know you guys can't read the label from here, but I'm going to read the label to you. It actually says Sweepstakes Claims Division, Central U.S. Region Processing Department. This came from Whipple Avenue in North Canton, Ohio. Now, that's where it originated from, but it was shipped to Lindsay Street in Stockton, California, and then somehow in the same original packaging ended up in Bloomington, Indiana. It is absolutely amazing that it was in its original package, and it's so cool that it says all that information and it's still intact and it's still there, and I don't know, Mrs. Hunter and I saw it and she was like, I gotta have it, because we looked at it, it's like we gotta have it, and we may see if we can find one of our vintage frames for it. But this is the picture that's inside of it. And it's just wonderful. There's a little boxing around the corners, but I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think that that's really good considering where it came from, how long it's been traveling, because the label looks old. Maybe 80s, maybe. We found this little guy, and he is just a cutie, but he was nice and fluffy and clean, and we thought, you know what, let's get him, because plush sometimes does very well for us. So we went ahead and got it. And then Mrs. Hunter also saw this wonderful print that was framed, and this really screams to us maybe late 70s, early 80s. So we got it. For those of you, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the channel or not, but we're huge Disney collectors here in the house. So I saw these as a no-brainer. This was in Disney Japan, this soap dish. And then the toothbrush holder, excuse me, came from Disney China. So that was also a no-brainer for me. I wanted to grab it, and then I do a lot of like vintage media collection. So when I saw this cassette, it was more of a, I gotta have it just because of, because of the content And on the cover, it says Williams and Ree, R-E-E, / cycle. And then on here it says, warning, this tape contains recycled material. And it doesn't tell you what's on it. It doesn't. I have no clue what is on here. And right now, all my cassette players are packed up. So I can't listen to it yet, but I'm gonna listen to it. And when I do, I will put that on another video, just so you guys can experience what I experience. We have a lot of these figures already. This is from 1999. This is 4,058 out of 7,500. This was made in Indonesia. This cute couple here, they are a cutie. So we've got those. And then we have just some plush. Like I said, sometimes plush works for us. A cute little dog. It's mostly, it's filled with beans. So you can sit up. We got a nice little articulated, you can move his arms and or his legs. I think it's a Boyd's bear. I think it is a Boyd's bear. And then we have another bear. Not sure. This is from Loveland from 1984, and he's posable, legs, arms, not the head though. Head I tried to do that. I'm gonna rip his head off. So I'm gonna box this stuff up real quick. This is a Trivial Pursuit from 1981. It definitely looks complete because the instructions are still in here. We got both stacks of cards. This is just a card set for the Trivial Pursuit. So we get them and see what we can do with them. And this is from 1987. The Walt Disney Company, who knew? Win, lose, or draw. This is fantastic. And again, I mean, I didn't open it because it was taped. I haven't gotten an opportunity to look inside each of these, well, except for the Trivial Pursuit. It looks like it's all there. I will say that this next one, I think I did open, and no, I didn't. It's still taped. Okay. So this one, let me see if I can find the date. It is from Mattel, 1988. 1988. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So we got that again, 1988. So just it was quite the haul, vintage. This one, I know I've seen the date on here somewhere. 1998, still falls into the vintage line because it is over 25 years. Risk, and this is just one of the graphics that they used for their board game. This one was, I believe, not certain, believe, was the most popular of them just because of the war scene here in the front and the rider in the middle. And then last but not least, a game that nor my wife nor I have ever seen before. Never heard of it. It was from 1973. I was already born. Small, young, but still already born. But it's called Talk and Take. Now, I'm not 100% sure how to play the game. Haven't looked. Okay, now that that's all put away and Facebook marketplaces are up here, we only had two. The first one that we had that day was this is probably the second one. I think the first one is the next one. Is this wonderful velvet painting of this cute little dog. And we don't know how old it is, but it's a cutie. And it's got a little wood frame that it's connected to. And the other pickup that we had, excuse me, my nose itches, printer boxes. We got not one, not two, but three printer boxes. Now that we are on day 2, I got everything down here, and I'll just bring it up. I'll get out of this seat and bring it over so everybody can see it. So one of the places that we go to is Rescued Treasures, and it's a wonderful place in Indianapolis. Basically, it's a nonprofit. Everything, it's a thrift store. Don't get me wrong, it's a thrift store, but it's nonprofit. So everything that they make there goes to the Humane Society, and it's a wonderful place. And their bags have puppy prints on it, so puppy and kitty prints on it. So it's awesome. But we only found a few things there, which is fine because I was also doing a Vamp live while doing this segment. So the shopping portion of it you won't get to see. You only would get to see it if you're on Vamp. If you're not on Vamp, get on Vamp, it's free. So, first thing here is this is an onyx, a white handcrafted, made in Mexico, onyx mule. And it's only got one little chippy chip on his hoof. I know you can't see it, but it's only one little chippy chip. And it's beautiful. The other thing that we found, or Mrs. Hunter found, I didn't find it because I went to the Goodwill next door and didn't find anything over there either. She's the only one that found stuff in both places. Like I said, I was on live, so I wasn't getting good signal while I was live. I was freezing up, and I decided, you know what, it's not worth the headache. I'm gonna just stick with the live for right now. But the first thing is these design and counted cross stitch books. And this first one is a Hummel one. And the cool thing about it is they're just patterns. You get the patterns and it shows you the layout and how to do it, what colors to use. It gives you everything that you need. It also puts all the patterns when they're done, the colors, what they look like, what they should look like, right there in the middle so you can look at it and see. So we got that, or she got that. And then she also got one that was Care Bear related. Same thing. And these are both from 1985, right? No, the Care Bear was from 85. These folks right here, the Hummel, are 1980. So still very vintage. But again, it gives you the pattern, the list of things that you need, and then somewhere here in the middle, it shows you all the patterns that are done, how they should look, and for all of this to stay intact is just absolutely wonderful. And there's a label here of my assumption who owned them. So the next place was Goodwill. Now, I think one of the things that we found at Goodwill have already sold. So I'm going to show you what's left of the Goodwill haul. There's a couple of things. And the first one is this wonderful planter. Pink and blue bears with balloons. And it's very pretty. And it is My Neil import. And then the last thing that she found, I don't know how I overlooked this, was this horse needlepoint. And for us, when we go to Princeton, one of the videos that I'll be putting up, these sell very good for us there. A lot of people still like needlepoint. One of my favorite spots that you've seen in the video, and that's the Madam's Curiosities, where you saw the masks and the Slimer and all that really cool, eerie, creepy stuff. I am definitely into that. The things that my wife got though, not so much into it. Then you'll see why. Highly recommend the store. It stands out, as you saw from the outside, and then the inside of it stands out. But it's so cool, and we will be going back to it. There's no doubt in my mind. But these are the things that she got. Now, if it wasn't bad enough that this guy looks a little creepy, a little bit, didn't get one. We got two. And just by looking at her, you're like, oh my goodness, what on earth does she have hidden behind her back? Well, believe it or not, it's not creepy. It's just a bouquet of flowers. But look at that face. Look at it. That's the thing of nightmares. And the worst part about it is, maybe not the worst, let's not put it that way. The creepy factor for me is, we didn't get one, we didn't get two, we got 3 of these wonderful people, as I'm not a fan of dolls, period. I'm not a fan of them, especially if they open and close their eyes when you move them. Not a fan of dolls. I've watched enough scary movies to know that those things are the first things to get possessed. So, no thank you. But we got plastic doll faces still in the original packaging. Now, I can't give you a year on these right now because I just don't know. But we got 2 of them that are 4.5 inches in size. And then, bad enough, she got 2 more that are 4 inches in size. Still in the original packaging. But this is the only one I like. This is the only one that doesn't creep me out. It's a panda face. And it's cute. I think that one's probably the cutest out of everything that she got from there. But again, it's an oddity store. Again, look it up. It's in Terre Haute. It's fabulous. It was the first time we ever went there. And it's the Madam's Curiosity. And it is so fantastic. But here's some other things that we got. And I won't open it up because of the content. But we got it because of the content. I can't show you here on YouTube because, well, I'm just starting, and the last thing I need is to be banned from YouTube. So 2 book covers that are racy in content, and then 2 books that are extremely racy in content. Like I said, I'm not going to open them. I'm going to leave them exactly where they are. I'll show you the covers quickly. And then we got a little bit of glassware. Yeah, Jamie got a very large milk glass vase. I know it's in here because I wrapped it up. And then the bowl and the plate, and then we got a few other things, and I'm pretty sure, more than likely, they're wrapped in this tote behind me. But this is my amazing find for me of that day. The television. This is a 1985, from November 1985. This is a Quasar. Beautiful television. Beautiful, beautiful. It's not that big, but it's from 85. He plugged it in for me. It worked. You guys actually seen it in the previous video, in the video earlier. Actually turns on, and it's just, I mean, I gotta clean it, so you'll probably see a little small video of me restoring this and cleaning it and trying to get it to look nice again. The last store we went to, thrift store that we went to, is this place right here. It's called Missy and Sissy's. And I'm going to tell you that those folks were there that day that were running it. And I will tell you right now that this place is fantastic. Just hands down the best, probably one of the best mid-century modern shops I've ever been to, and they are absolutely fantastic and very nice. You heard them in the video talking. They're very nice, and he shared so much, like you heard seen in the video, shared so much history with the building. I highly recommend going there if you're in Indiana, in the Terre Haute area, or if you plan on just thrifting Indiana, go to Terre Haute and see these guys, because they're great. From Wednesday through Saturday, they're open from 11 to 5, Sunday from noon to 5, and they're closed Monday and Tuesday. So you can find them on Facebook. I will put their QR code right there on screen. Hopefully you might be able to get that. And that's them. They are great. They are fantastic. I'll put a link to them in the description, because they were so nice and so great. And I asked for permission to film in there before I did, and they were like, oh no, that's fine. They asked what the channel was, and they were really great. So I'm just gonna tell you now, if you're in the Terre Haute area, if you're traveling and thrifting in Indiana, go to Terre Haute and go see these places that we've seen in Terre Haute. All of them were fantastic. We absolutely loved all of them. So now I'm gonna put all this away and get ready for the auction. I'm ending on Sunday's haul, which is from the auction. So here's one of the things that I bought, is this wonderful winter print. Now you're gonna say, but it's almost summer, almost spring into summer. Why did you buy a winter print? I was drawn to it just for the simple fact that I'd seen it somewhere and I wanted it. So I got it, and it's old. It's old. My wife got this shelf. Now remember this shelf, because I'm going to talk about these spindles later, where you hang stuff on. I'll be talking about those later on, about taking those off and replacing them. One of the box lots that Mrs. Hunter got, I can't tilt it up, but I'm sure that you can see what it is from here. It is literally a box of candles. Some are holiday candles with church or with Christmas bells. Some are just plain red ones. One of them still in the box, the original box. Probably doesn't have a year on the box, which is depressing, because I would love to know a year. It doesn't. But just all kinds of candles. Some might be slightly used, some might not be used at all. There is a Christmas candle holder in here as well. We always need candles of any kind. to spruce up. I love that candle. That is awesome. I love the ornate ones. But we just need candles sometimes just to spruce things up. We have candle holders. So having candles to be put in them, big chunky ones here, is always nice. Always a nice thing to have is candles. And boy, do we have a lot of them now. Other things from the box lots. So she gets it all. We get it all. Pillow covers here. It looks like it's a family thing because there's names on it. So that must have went through a lot of children before it got to us. We have this wonderful book. The Velveteen Rabbit. From, drumroll please, 1975. Wonderful little book. Another little like baby blanket. And then we have a Christmas stocking that's embroidered with Cindy. So those are a few things that are here. Probably got lumped along with something. But then we have this. Now this is a little wall hanger, a little tapestry, it's not a blanket, so I'm going to call it a tapestry. But it's for Alaska. And it's got a little bit of everything on here. So it is a thing for Alaska. Now, you may ask, well, what's the big deal about the Alaska? Well, that's not really what caught my wife's eye. It is the note that's attached to this. And the note says, Nathan, this belonged to Grandpa Joe. And that's what's taped on here. Now, this is old. This is definitely old. So for someone's grandfather to own this piece, that's Provenance. That is just absolutely wonderful. Doilies, runners and doilies, got lots of those. And this one is full of just little bits of glassware, and glassware is good for us because fine Lenox crystal. That little vase right there, that's beautiful. We have little baskets here. This is made in Japan. Occupied Japan. That's old. Another one here. Made in Japan. A little porcelain basket. We have another one. This is made in Germany. A little porcelain basket as well. All kinds of little trinkets in here. Japan, another little basket. Another little basket, made in Japan. Beautiful little swan that's made in Japan. She's gorgeous. Another small. This is another Germany basket. I have to keep these Germanys and Japan separate. That's awesome. And this one is another Germany basket. That is awesome. I like those. Oh, wait, we had one hidden. Occupied Japan. Little bee basket. We have this beautiful little piece of blue glass. And there's no chips or breaks on that. And then we got this glass egg. Next we have this wonderful little, I'm going to say he's a dog. I don't see a maker's mark, but it's probably a lid to something that we do not have. But it has a little glass dog on it. So that's cute. Somebody may want it. I don't know. And then last but not least, we have this wonderful crystal glass, heavy cut glass, butter dish. So that's really awesome. And that was what was in that box. Now, but this we do know what it is. Vintage antique doorknobs. And those are what's going to replace those hangers on that shelf. And we have different ones, and some of these have, and the original boxes still work that take the skeleton keys. So these are just fantastic. I can't read this one very well. I have to clean it. But again, it works. I'd have to put a little something, something on this. Patented July 21st, 1863. Holy cow. That's cool. So just doorknobs, vintage antique doorknobs. They're still in beautiful condition, just need a little cleaning. This is an old screwdriver where the wooden handle has been busted off. Just, she loves this old vintage sinkware from kitchens and bathrooms that have the old porcelain knobs on it. And this one's in really good shape, just needs a good cleaning. It says cold on it, and it has the spigot and the plumbing and all. And this is brass. This is heavy duty brass on here. So all this will get cleaned. And then she wants to do something with all of this. And I suggested for fun, we actually make this into a working like table fountain. Some of the things, a few things left. Some of the things that I got was this box set. And this is from Pioneer Seed. And it is a pristine brass coaster set. Now what makes this special is because you had to order a certain amount of seed to even get this set. So they just didn't hand them out or sell them. You had to buy a certain amount of seed to get these coasters from what I understand. And I have to research it a little bit. But if that's true, then there's just not a lot of these just floating around for anyone and everyone to get. We get asked all the time, hey, do you have any John Deere toys, blah, blah. And they had a bunch of them up there, and I thought I'd bid on some. And I got this little one, just a little combine tractor. It was the only metal one up there. I don't know if the plastic ones sell well, so I just didn't get any of those. I just got the metal one. Another thing I got was this wonderful globe bank. It is a bank. It's got the slit, and it still has the hatch at the bottom where you can get the money out. But it is old, and it says, World Bank, as you save, so you prosper. And it is awesome. It's got some dings in it, but that's okay. It's fine. Perfectly fine. And then I also got this amber colored glass shoe. And I see these all over the place. I wanted one because I want to try my hand at least selling one. I've got 2 more boxes. One box is going to go quick. The other box, maybe a little bit quick. All right. Last 2 boxes. Here we go. First thing I want to show you is this wonderful little Macallan's Perfection Scots Whiskey. It's an ashtray. Can't read the stamp on the bottom, but it's wonderful. I have an ashtray addiction. Another one is not for resale. This is for projects that we have or will have. These cute little glass knobs. And every time I see little glass knobs, it seems like they go for an outrageous price. And I got 6 for a very nice price. And that's going to go on one of our projects that we have in the pole barn that you'll probably end up seeing me work on later this year. last out of the glassware is this carrier basket full of these vintage glasses. And they are just wonderful. And Mrs. Hunter and I have always wanted a set to resell, not to have, but to resell. So we now have a set to try to resell and see if anyone is interested in buying a set like that. Okay, last box. The Play School mailbox. And it has, oh my goodness. It has, okay, had to restart that. My other phone filled up. But in here is almost all the blocks that you need. Unfortunately, there's just one missing, but there that is. Another is this wonderful wooden train. Everything looks good. Huffy Puffy is his name. And we have two of the cars, the two cars that go with it. There will need to be a little bit of repair done right there, but that's okay. We'll take care of it. We even got the little conductor guy in the back with his, lantern. But we'll get that all fixed up. No worries. Quick fix. That needs to be put back on there. This little drummer boy, and he does work. Now, let me get the camera over here without covering the camera. So he does work. Favorite one of mine is this 10 toy. This wind-up boat. It's a Zephyr. And unfortunately, it is locked up and cannot be turned. And I am not going to take this apart and try to fix it because one, I don't know how to take it apart. And two, that is not for me to be doing. So I'm going to leave that. But again, lots of fun things. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please like and subscribe. Pass it on to your friends. Comment below if there's something that you like or something that, hey, I'm looking for this. Have you ever seen it? By all means, ask away. But yes, like and subscribe. Help me grow this channel. I'm not looking for millions. I would be freaking out at 100, let alone millions. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And thanks so much for listening to me yap along and show you all this stuff that we got. And again, folks, I will see you all on the flip side.